Hello, it's Amajot again. I'm here again, still talking about stress relief and hoping your August, your summer, your downtime, your work time, your family time is all going well for you and that this might be useful for you today because honestly, at the moment, I am obsessed with compassion. And I really think that has a lot to do with how we're feeling when we're giving too much to other people. And what's that got to do with stress relief? Well, I think that for me, certainly, when I've got a hair in my mouth, when I'm naturally a people pleaser, I get upset if other people aren't happy. I've learned to deal with that. I've learned to manage that. But when it was at its peak, when I had to please everybody, when I felt responsible for everybody, when I needed everything to be okay for myself. So, that perfectionist of always needing to be okay, whether that was physically how I looked on the outside or whether it was how I was with other people, or whether it was so needing to be okay in myself all the time, not wanting to admit if I didn't feel great, and then needing everybody else to be okay as well, like whatever I could do to help everybody else, whatever I could do, if I needed to be there, no matter if I felt exhausted, if somebody needed me, I would be there. If it was on my day off, I would be there, whether that was work, whether that was friends, whether it was family, I would always be there. And I still like being there for people now. I just choose differently. And even if that means that actually somebody might be upset by that, or there might be a conflict somewhere, that choosing discomfort versus resentment, as Brené Brown says, is not always comfortable, but actually in the long run, for my health, it is what's better. And I've had to learn that the hard way. And so really my stress would exacerbate when I felt the more I did for others, the more I felt responsible for others, the more I couldn't do for myself, or the more I felt like I had to fix myself. And just get rid of that reminder. And so I really think what's really helped towards that is compassion. And if you think about the definition of compassion, is go back to the Latin words, it's suffering with. It's to suffer with someone. And we don't want to take that literally, but the fact is, we're all human. We all suffer, including ourselves. I suffer, you suffer. We suffer from physical ailments, we suffer from mental ailments or emotional ailments. And sometimes we like that suffering. I used to enjoy being in the suffering because it was just something for me to attach to. I enjoyed being the martyr. And it's not useful, it's not helpful, it doesn't help your life to move forward in any way. So if you're feeling drained because you feel like there's never enough time for yourself, or you feel guilty for giving yourself time, or you feel like your health is really starting to suffer but you don't know how to get out of the rut of always being there for somebody else, then this is a really cool way to start. And there's so many different versions that you can help yourself with compassion. Find the way that works for you. There is so much research and science behind this. If you don't believe me, I've read a lot of it. But try this, see what works for you. And I do a heart math meditation, heart math kind of, it's like the Buddha metta meditation called heart lock-in. And it's literally sending compassion to yourself and to others, sending love to yourself and to others, sending care to yourself and to others. And that can be really difficult if there's somebody that you're arguing with, if there's something somebody you have a long running feud with, if somebody's genuinely being horrible to you, it's really hard to give them compassion back. But it's better than feeling drained, and it takes practice, but it will fill you up. And there was a quote I heard today. I was using the Calm meditation app, which I use sometimes, and it was actually about compassion today, and the Sanskrit word of karuna. If you've got that app, or if you want to download it, it's free. Those daily ones are free. It's brilliant. Go try it today if you want, because they change every day. So if you want to try the compassion one, try it today, download it today. I don't get anything from them for saying that, but I just think it's brilliant. So there was a quote on there today, I've written it down, and it's by Joan Halifax. Many of us think compassion drains us, but I promise you it's something that truly enlivens us. And they use three phrases in that meditation, and I've heard them before. You've heard me talk about Kristen Neff before, who's a researcher on compassion, and she talks, and they say this like, and it's using may I, because you don't want to put yourself into the I'm not doing enough by saying I need to or I am, because sometimes it can conflict with how you actually feel. So just giving yourself an invitation to say, may I always feel relief. May I always feel at peace. May I always feel at ease. How relaxing does that feel just to say that? Don't things just drop away? So it's starting with yourself. How interesting that it starts with may I. And then you can think about somebody who kind of just, you'd like a better relationship with, or something that you want to change, you'd like to feel differently about. And then you can say, may you, and direct it towards that person. The same thing. May you always feel relief. May you always feel at peace. May you always feel at ease. And then kind of thinking about the bigger humanity of things. May all beings feel relief. I just feel relief just saying it. May all beings feel at peace. May all beings feel at ease. And you can just repeat those to yourself at any time in the day. If you just want to keep it to yourself because you're not used to giving yourself compassion, stick with may I. It's so useful if you're used to giving yourself a hard time. It's so useful if you started to kind of say no to people and it feels really hard and you feel guilty about it. Start with may I. It's really useful if you feel like you're always doing the wrong thing and it gets you down. That is stress when you're doing it every single day. It will have an impact on you in a not very good way. It will impact your physical, mental, and emotional health if you're doing this to yourself every day. So I invite you to choose to change that for yourself. You can change this for yourself. So may I. If you want to change those words, relief, peace, at ease, choose something else that works for you, calm, joy, happiness, whatever it might be, but choose it and feel it and be in it. And I always believe in the power of the heart. If you want to breathe through your heart as well, go for it. Honestly, it works. Try it. I don't want you to feel drained. I want you to try something different. And then you can start to, with practice, you will be I don't know if it ever gets any easier, but it will get easier, but I don't know if it ever goes away, if that ickiness will ever go away. But what you get in return is energy, is less guilt or no guilt, is happiness, is actually the courage that you are doing something for yourself. Your body will love you for it. And that feeling, I'm sorry, but nobody else can replace that feeling. So go do that for yourself today. And I hope that creates some ease and relief in your life today. And I will speak to you soon. Bye.